Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us this afternoon to talk about insurance. I've got Becky Timmons here, who is an insurance processor for us at Henlow Vets. I'm Graham Mason, as many of you will know, practice manager and owner of Henlow Vets, along with Anna Marshall-Brown. We're going to talk to you today about insurance, and hopefully Becky's going to enlighten us with what the good things are and the bad things are, the things to avoid with insurance policies at the moment. So Becky, over to you.
Yeah, so we'd just like to firstly go through some of the common questions that we get, and I think a good starting point is to run through the different types of policies. So it can be a bit of a minefield, the insurance game, particularly if you're not sure what you're looking for. But generally with pet insurance, there's four main types of cover that you can get.
Okay.
So the first and generally cheapest is an accident only cover, and does exactly what it says. It will only cover you for accidents. So generally the policy amounts will be much lower, and they will just cover the accident but no long-term life conditions. So for example, if your pet breaks their leg, they'll cover for that break, but wouldn't necessarily cover for arthritis caused by that injury sort of later on in life.
Would one of those be things like cruciate ligament damage, where we find that they then don't cover for the other leg if it goes? Exactly
that, and cruciate's a bit of a difficult one. Sometimes a cruciate can be damaged through an accident. Some companies will unfortunately class that as a hereditary condition for a particular breeds. So cruciate's a bit of a one to look out for, and certainly there would be lots of companies, particularly on the accident cover, that may not cover that. So it's definitely one to watch out for.
Okay.
Secondly, we have an annual or time limited. So again, it's your next bracket up really in pricing. This is generally 12-month limited. So they will cover they will cover conditions. So for example, diabetes, but they will only cover that for 12 months or a pot of money. And that pot of money varies on the company. Once that money's run out or the 12-month time limit has happened, that's it. They will not cover that policy, that condition anymore. Then your third is sort of maximum benefit or per condition. So with this, you're getting, again, generally more cover, but it will be a limited amount. So your amounts will be a greater pot than your 12-month usually. So you're still looking at sort of £6,000 upwards amounts.
Okay.
But once that pot of money is run out, that's it. But they're not time limited, so in the same way as the previous. So
that's the lifetime of the pet, but
exactly,
it's only up to the value.
But only up to that value.
Right.
So you could cover conditions. So if they're spending £1,000 per year on a condition, they will cover that ongoing until that pot of money, whatever it may be, has run out. And then your fourth and really one we would recommend is what's called a lifetime policy. So this is covering your pet for all conditions, all ailments, accidents, and that pot of money that they have renews each year. So really it's allowing you to continually claim for any condition that your pet may have. And as I say, that's the sort of one we would recommend. But it is, be aware that the pots of money can vary. So you will have some companies that will do a lifetime cover, but will only cover you for example, as low as £500 a year, up to the largest I know is sort of £15,000 a year. So there's again a minefield on that lifetime cover. We would really recommend having at least ideally £6,000 and upwards, as much as really you can afford from the monthly premiums.
Fantastic. Oh, that's a great insight. So we've got the four main types then: accident only, annual or time limited, maximum benefit, or lifetime. Wherever possible, we recommend to clients that you always try and buy a lifetime policy.
Absolutely.
Super.
Now, there are exclusions that companies will put on. So the first thing I would always say to you is that dental procedures is your sort of one that some insurance companies won't cover dental procedures, and that's even some of the better lifetime policies. They just don't cover dentals. Others will. So really check your policies and what is and isn't covered. And preventative cover, that's not going to be covered by any insurance. So whereas things like your flea and worm treatment or neutering, they're not going to be covered, but something like the Henlow Healthy Pets, which is a really good thing to work alongside your insurance, they sort of will work well together.
Okay, no, that's good advice. So with those that do a dental, then that would be written in your terms and conditions and the benefits that you have, like all the other things. Okay.
That's it. And you may find again that there are sort of clauses so that you have to have had the treatment taken out in a time limited period from when the vet advised it,
right.
Or that you have to have annual checks at least with your vet for them to cover it. But again, check your terms and conditions with regards to the policy that you have.
Super.
Now, excesses and co-payments. So with all policies, you're going to be paying an excess. Now, most of them, it will be an excess per year per condition. Some are just per year, but as I say, majority per year per condition. And alongside of that, some companies you will also have to pay a co-payment. Now, some that will be from the minute you take the policy out, which will reduce your monthly premiums a bit. Others will be when your pet gets to a certain age, they will add a co-payment. And again, you need to check your terms and conditions on this. But it wouldn't be surprising, your average excesses vary from around £60 up to £200 roughly. And co-payments anywhere from 5% to 25%. So really it sort of is worth checking with your insurance company, which they will do.
Again, massive variation between companies and policies.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's great, thank you. What else should we be looking at?
So premium increases, we get a lot of people saying to us, I don't want to claim for that because the insurance company is going to bump up my premiums, my monthly amount that you pay. What I would say to you with that is your premiums with insurance companies are going to go up. The likelihood that you're going to claim on your insurance as your pet gets older is obviously going to get higher. As they get older, generally they're going to have more things go wrong with them. So insurance companies, whether you've claimed or not, your premiums will go up generally. So I would always encourage clients to put claims through. Some companies will say that they won't put the premiums up no matter how much you claim, but you're paying a monthly amount, so even if it's £50 over your excess, it's worth putting it in. That's what you're paying, it's what it's there for. So I would encourage clients to claim for even the smaller amounts with your company. Don't be put off at the worry of premiums increasing.
Fine.
And changing insurance companies. So I don't know about you, Graham, but every year with my car, I'm like, right, who's going to offer me the cheapest deal? And I'm move each year depending on which the cheapest is. It's not the same with pet insurance. Really cannot strongly advise to get with a really good company early on from getting your pet or as a puppy or kitten and staying with that company. Reason being is that they will put exclusions on any treatment that you've had if you change insurance company. So, and that doesn't even mean even if you haven't claimed. So you could have gone in with a puppy with a waxy ear, and then 2 years later they have an ear infection and you've changed insurance companies. The insurance company will say, no, you had a waxy ear, we're not going to pay out for that.
Yeah, okay.
So
difficult one, I think, for people when they're looking to save money on premiums.
Absolutely.
But understand. So just if you get with a good one and stay with them, that's the best route.
This is it, exactly that. Try not to chop and change, because something that you may not realise was in your history from, as I say, maybe a slight lameness they had, but you didn't have a great cause of problems. If it comes up again a few years later, they will always request a history, which we have to send, and that may prevent them from paying out. So
okay, great.
And then direct claims. So obviously with some vet bills, they can be a lot for someone at an unexpected time. So we do deal directly with your insurance company if you require us to. So there are some elements that we would request, and that's that we just have to check your policy details first, make sure it's something that we're happy is confident is going to be covered. So we would ask you to sign a consent form, and then there's a fee for us to deal directly with your insurance company of £20, but if you are on the Henley Healthy Pets, that fee's £0. So if it is something that you need us to look into dealing directly, we just ask that you let us know so we can look into it. And otherwise, normally we would ask you to settle the bill, and then we will claim that back for you. Different companies will do differently. Some are electronic, some require paper, so just ask the team or myself will be happy to help you there. And just to let you know that there is a processing fee for £10 for processing a claim, but that covers you for 6 months worth of claims on a continuation.
And that's an indirect,
that's indirect, exactly that. And again, if they're on Henley Healthy Pets, that fee is covered. But essentially, if you have any questions at all with insurance companies, so you're not sure on sort of what to take out, or the company you're with about doing a claim, then we have an email address which is insurance@henlowvets.co.uk. I welcome all queries and I'll be happy to help, as would our reception team.
Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed, Becky. I think it's been really insightful.
Thank you.